Hello there, everybody, and welcome back to Pokemon White. So, as you can see, we are standing right next to our very first legendary encounter of Pokemon Black and White, which means we're probably gonna be here for a while. Yep, as we now try to catch one of the three Musketeer trio, Cobalion. Alright, let's do this. And right away I gotta say, yeah, the music that plays when we're facing against the majority of the Gen 5 legendaries, it is actually a very good good track. I actually really do like this piece of music. Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it really does have a good feel to it. Like you are actually facing up against someone who's very tough, you know? Yeah, but anyways, everyone, Cobalion. Now he is of course level 42, and Cobalion has the ability Justified. Now, for those of you who don't know how that ability works, essentially, if you just happen to get attacked by a Dark type move, then Cobalion's attack power will get raised. So yeah, make sure you don't attack it with any Dark type moves whatsoever. Although, I don't know why you wouldn't anyway, considering, Cobalion is a fighting type. Well, unless if you're trying to weaken him, and you don't have any other moves, some moves, so that you can probably use to actually weaken him and whatnot. But anyways, I'm moving off on that. Now Cobalion's moveset, he has Retaliate, Helping. He has Retaliate, Helping Hand, Iron Head, and a brand new move that was introduced in this generation, Sacred Sword. Now, Sacred Sword really is a very good. It is actually a very useful and a very strong fight type attack. And considering when you're facing against Cobalion right here, yeah, we're essentially 5 levels below Cobalion right now. Yeah, he could definitely use that Sacred Sword to definitely do any sort of major damage on us. Alright, now since I essentially used up all that time to not only use up all those flashes, paralyze him, and do all that damage, let's see if Time Ball works. Wow, not even one shake. Wow, and after I spent all that time just trying to, weaken him as much as I could, yeah, that Time Ball just did not want to work today. Oh well. But anyways, now I don't get why. Now, I guess I should say this about all 3 of them. Yeah, I don't get why Cobalion, Terrakion, and Virizion all have Helping Hand. Yeah, especially when you're trying to fight. Yeah, especially when you're trying to catch them. It's like that's kind of a wasteful move for them to have right now. Yeah, considering they should have probably used that 4th move slot for actually something they actually could, for something they can actually use like against us, Yeah, I'm just saying. Then as for Retaliate, yeah, this also goes to all 3 of them as well. Yeah, all 3 of them also have Retaliate as well. And again, as I said before, yeah, Retaliate only really works really well as if the opponent was actually defeated beforehand. Yeah, so retaliate is still a good move, all things considered, but it just basically works better when the opponent is when their teammate is actually defeated. But yeah, I probably shouldn't go too deep into what could have made the movesets much better, because yeah, because honestly I am no developer. But anyways, yeah, and I guess that's all we have to say in terms of Cobalion right now. Although I guess I should say, yeah, and I guess I should say this as well, this trio of Pokemon, yeah, this trio of legendaries, yeah, they don't exactly get utilized that much in the anime. Yeah, their only major appearance was in the movie that starred the fourth musketeer, that being a Keldeo. So, but then we did not get a glimpse of any one of them until around the end of Journeys, when one of the minor characters named Horace, Horace, he's a ghost friend from way back in the past. Yeah, we actually see him actually utilizing a Horizon, and then apparently Terrakion actually does show up again in at least one episode of Horizons, but that was really it. Yeah, I believe Terrakion didn't really get to do all that much. Yeah, I believe he didn't really get to do all that much. So the only ones we haven't even seen come back are like Cobalion and Keldeo. Yeah, I really wish these guys got utilized more often. But anyways, as you can see, yep, after spending some time, we managed to get Cobalion. Cobalion, the Iron Will Pokemon. It has a body and heart of steel. Its glare is sufficient to make even an unruly Pokemon obey it. Yeah, as you can definitely tell, Cobalion's definitely got the leader type down path. Yeah. But anyways, oh yeah, now we have this old man again. It seems that thanks to you, Cobalion has sensed a change in the world. It's a world where people and Pokemon help each other and live together. I believe Cobalion wants to remain with you and travel by your side. Well, probably not with me forever, but whatever. The fact that you battled Cobalion and you related to each other should be easily communicated to Terrakion and Verizon, because of the close bond between the three. Now, what this man is essentially telling you is that if you want to get into a battle between Cobalion, if you want to have a chance to catch if you want to catch Terrakion and Verizon, then you actually have to battle Cobalion first. Now it really doesn't matter what the result is. Whatever it is, either capturing him or defeat. Whatever it is, either capture or defeat Cobalion. Then you'll be able to get yourself the chance to catch Terrakion and Verizon after. Oh, and also, now, for those of you that don't know this, now, if it just so happen to defeat any of the legendaries, yeah, they will always, respawn after you've cleared the Hall of Fame, So, but honestly, it is just much better just to save, before you get into your battles up against legendaries. Because, yeah, then you could just easily just reload your save. Yeah, you can just reload your save file and then just go through it again. Yeah, it's definitely the much more easier way. But anyways, now considering that, well, considering that we can actually go after the second legendary of the trios right now. But however, considering that we only spent like at least 10 minutes at best, just going through with Cobalion, yeah, I think I'll just go through another round of battles in the big stadium and small court, before we actually get into our, before we get into our next legendary encounter, yeah. But anyways, now, and this is also a good opportunity for me to level up my team because, yeah, I have not one, but two rare candies on me right now that I definitely want to use. So, I'm also doing this just so I can make sure I can utilize, those two. Yeah, so I can definitely utilize those for red candy soon, you know, soon enough anyway. Excuse me. So yeah, let's just say I'm probably gonna be here for a good while. And yeah, and consider that they are essentially almost the same elite trainers that we fought against before. So I'm probably not gonna be doing much in terms of, you know, showing off what these guys are like. Well, aside from these cheerleaders, because yeah, they were not here the last time we went into the from baseball stadium, the baseball field and whatnot. Yeah, and those two just have a and those two just have a Panseer and a Pampor. No big dealio. And we defeated them quite easily. Yeah, very easily, considering, yeah, at this point, yeah, the monkeys were essentially their first stages. They are definitely a lot more easier to defeat now. But anyways, now it's gonna go over to the small court now. Okay. Oh yeah, I guess I should. Oh yeah, and I guess I haven't gone over the other recent Pokemon that we haven't gone over that we actually encountered recently. Yeah, that being the Garbodor. Yeah, Garbodor, as I said before, is definitely not well liked by the fans. But yet, as I said before, despite that, it still managed to be the only Gen 5 Pokemon that got itself a G-Max form. But also, for Garbodor, apparently it definitely got quite of attention within the anime. Well, actually, not so much for the Gen 5 anime. Yeah, Garbodor only got like a few appearances in Gen 5. Yeah, during the Gen 5 anime. Yeah, there was the debut. There was the obvious debut appearance of it. Yeah. Where it got really mad at Snivy. It's Snivy, Axew, Scraggy. And a Gavita that was very demanding. And I mean extremely demanding. where it just kept telling its trainer what to do. Yeah, that Garfita was definitely a brat. Yeah, whereas, yeah, after Snivy defeated that Garfita, yeah, that Garfita just ran off. But anyways, yeah, and then there was Roxy's, I'm sorry, Garbodor. And then there was I believe there was one other Garbodor that helped out Officer Jenny to deal with that Dragonite, to deal with the Dragonite that night. Yeah, I believe. Yeah, I believe there was also a Garbodor in that one. Then there was that other Garbodor during the Unova League. Yeah, in the episode where Axew gets lost. Yeah, the only episode in the entire Unova League where there really was nothing really all that major going on. But anyways, yeah, and I think that was all of the major appearances that Garbodor got during the Unova anime. Then Garbodor did not show up again until the Alola anime, where it was actually utilized by the main trio of Team Skull. Yeah, which meant we definitely saw Garbodor quite a bit during the Alola anime. Where, yeah, and it showed up quite a lot, that it definitely got the major focus, that it definitely got a major focus with in a episode where apparently poison got stuck. Apparently some poison actually got stuck in its hand. That it definitely got a lot of stink to it. Yeah. But again, yeah, that was definitely. Yeah, the Alola anime was definitely the series that showed a Garbodor the most. Yeah. And then now, and also, and Garbodor did show up a few times during Journeys as well. Yeah, the first Garbodor we saw during Journeys was the one that we definitely saw utilize its G-Max, that we definitely get to saw its G-Max form. Although, I definitely find it odd that it was the only time in the entirety of Journeys where we see a Pokemon go Dynamax without even having to return to its Pokeball first. Yeah, I'm guessing the guy who sent out that G-Max Garbodor just had it out before. Yeah, had it out before he showed up. Before he fought against Go. So, yeah, I'm thinking that was the case. Yeah, again, but I don't know how was that even possible. But anyways, and then Garbodor showed up again during the episode where. Where a bunch of poachers were trying to pollute a lake so they can lure out Suicune. Yeah, the infamous episode where Go got that friggin' legendary. Yeah, that definitely left a lot of bad. Yeah, that was definitely something else. It definitely left the fans friggin' pissed off about that, and especially with the way how Go actually caught Suicune in the first place. Yeah. No, but anyways. But next after that, yeah, I don't think we've really seen Garbodor ever since that episode. But again, it was definitely thanks to the Alola anime. We definitely saw a plentiful of Garbodor. Yeah, considering that, as I said, he was utilized by the main trio of Team Skull. And speaking of Team Skull, Now, for those of you who have played Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Explorers of Time, Darkness, and Sky, know that there's also a Team Skull in those games. And apparently both of those teams, both of the main trio of Team Skull, love to utilize Zubat. Yeah, I just find that honest. Like, really? Yeah, you really have to be that obvious with not only the name, but also the actual Pokemon that they actually use. But anyways, everyone, and as you can see, yeah, now we are at a spot in a Pinwheel Forest that we could not go to before, because, well, of course, since we did not get to battle Cobalion first. So yeah, you definitely have to wait until that point, until after your battle against Cobalion, before you can even go here. And also, this is the location where we're gonna be encountering the second of the Musketeer trio. As we now head inside here, as we now go inside the rumination field, and there it is, the second one, being Virizion. And we're gonna get to its capture for the next part. And so, until then, I'll see you guys next time.